Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and welcome to another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff, the series where I teach you how to upsy-daisy, upsy-mazzy, upsy-daisy! Easier than you think. But moving on with the Fanhome Star Wars Millennium Falcon kit, we are on stage 24. So let's take a quick look through the magazine. Let's see what we have. The Mon Calamari Star Cruiser. The Mon Calamari Star Cruiser are large capital ships that played a crucial part in the Galactic Civil War. Originally built as exploration and luxury vessels, the cruisers became an invaluable gift from the Mon Calamari to the Rebel Alliance in their battle against tyranny and oppression. That looks like a very unoppressive ship indeed. Alrighty. It's a trap! You gotta say it. You have to. Don't. It's a trap! Okay. It's a crime if you don't say it. It's an actual legal crime if you don't say it whenever you see him. Anyway, Starship Medical Facilities. It's a tough galaxy. There are all sorts of ways in which space travelers can be injured or killed, so only a foolhardy starship captain and crew head off into space without at least a basic array of medical facilities and equipment at their disposal. That is true. That would be quite foolhardy indeed. And a pool. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, and there we have the parts, our instructions. There you go. So there you have the magazine. Here we have our parts. So let's get down to it. There's ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? Right. Okay, so let's get this sliced open. What's in here? I always check under this just to make sure there's nothing in here. Nothing's slipped in. And no, we're good. We're good. Okay. I can get out of my life. So we have more frame deal. We're going to be doing a lot of frame in this episode. We have another nice piece of hull. And we have screws, brackety deals, and a lot more screws. We're not going to be using these screws, but we will be using these screws. We have a piece of paper that says things. Just copyright mumbo jumbo. Lovely. Hooray for legalities. Okay, so let's bring in our instrucciones. Hay que instrucciones. Where are we? Ay, okay. So here we go, our next parts. So everything we just unpacked, everything is accounted for. Lovely. So now we are going to be continuing assembling the bottom frames. Cool. So let's bring in the frame. Actually, before we bring in the frame, this is where my tongue stops working. Before we bring in the frame, let's open up the other parts of the frame that we have that we're going to be needing. So we got all these bits and pieces here and odds and ends. Bits and bobs, just lots of metal, just clangety clanging all around. Alrighty, a little brackety deal. I think we'll be using that as well. Get all this open so it can finally be merged. Alrighty, well, let's open these that we just got as well. That's kind of important. Alrighty. Okay, I did not slice that correctly. There we go. All right. Got that there. All right, so we got all that out. Now we can bring in our frame. All right, so here we have our frame, and we're going to start building out this side. So we are bringing in first frame 22. Frame 22 is going to sit right here. This is going to need 2 of these little 2-hole brackety deals. So we need 2 of these. Of course, we have little black screws. I have a bunch of them right here, ready to go. And we'll begin the process of getting all this end screw-end. That's right, that's a word now. End screw-end. Okay, so we'll get these sides in first. I will snug these sides up. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just get them seated. Let me not break my own rule of proper screwing etiquette, because that could end up messing us up later. Stick to the etiquette. Stick to the etiquette. Don't tighten anything down until you have it all in place. There you go. Okay. So now we need to get this part in place here. So get that lined up, get that lined up. That screw going. And get another one here. That in place. There we go. And now, whisker. Screw yet again to a galaxy far, far away. Just get all these nice and enschnuggened. Okay. It's already pretty enschnuggened. I wasn't even trying. There we go. And there we go. All right. Nice and enschnuggened. Cool. All right, so that's 22. So now, once we have done that, we have 23, which is this one right here. So this one is sitting, how? It's sitting like this, question mark? I think that's how that's, yes, okay. No, where's this? Oh, it's sitting up here, okay. Okay, so that's going there. So this will need a 4-hole brackety deal, as well as a 2-hole brackety deal. So one of each. So again, let's get our little black screws and get this started. So, okay, there we go. All right, we got that in place. Wonderful. All right, so now we are bringing in 26. 26 is this one. So this one is going to be seated right up here, like that. So this will need another of the 2-hole connectors, which I have right here, ready to go. So let's get that in place. All right, there we go. So that section is in place. So now what are we doing? So once we have done that, okay, so now we need to add some more connectors to this. So we need 2 4-hole connectors and a 2-hole connector, which is what I have right here. So let's get these in place. Set up a little bit just so we can move it around some. Okay, we have done that. So now we need frame 24, which is this one, and this is going to sit on this side, right here. So we need 2 more little black screws. I'm almost out of the little black screws I took out. I will probably have to get some more. I know I'm going to have to get some more because we're not done. We're not done with this frame, so I'm definitely going to have to take out some more. Thankfully, they give us a surplus of these little black screws, so I have plenty of them. But we'll get that lined up and get that enschnuggened. Okay, lovely. Lovely. Sorry if my hand is blocking the screwing here, but you know. Trust that the screwing is happening. Some good screwing going on here. Good screwing going on here. Okay, there we go. That bit's in place. All right, so now we need 27, which is this one right here, and this is going to sit, looks like right here. So this will take 2 more of our little black screws to get that all situated. So let's get that in place. And 1 more. Alrighty. Okay. Get that enschnuggened. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. All right, we got that in place. So what is next? We need 2 more of these 2-hole connectors. One's going to go here and one's going to go here. Let's get this on with, you guessed it, little black screws. So that's what we got going on there. All right, so we're bringing in frame 28, which is this one, and I just realized I did something wrong. This little bracket is supposed to be here, not here, so let me fix that real quick. Okay, that's where it should be. So now this can go into its home right there. There's 2 more little black screws. Little black, little black, little black, little black, little black curly screws. Okay, let's just get this. Just reminded me of Phoebe's song from Friends there. Anyway, get that in place. Just the random things remind you of, ain't it? Just crazy. Anyway. Alright, let's get this secured up. Snug. Get these snug. Snug. And snug. Alright. That's looking real good. Alrighty, so now once we have done that, now we need to put what, 2 more brackety deals right here. So we need a 4 and a 2, which is all we have left. So what are we doing? The 4-hole is going to go here, and the 2-hole is going to go on the bottom. So let's get those in place. Alrighty. So now that we have those in place, we now have 25, which is this one, and that's going to live right there. Oh, I forgot to put in the 2-hole. The 2-hole brackety deal. I'm jumping the gun here. Let's get this in place first, and then we can put that piece of frame in. There we go. Now we can do this. Okay. All right. Get that going. Lovely. One more. I'm going to own stock in the little black screw market once this is all done. So many little black screws. Okay, let's get all these and snuggened. Lovely. 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 And lovely. All right. Okay, there we go. We got that done. So now what need we do? Now we need to assemble another one of these. What do they call these? Radial ribs. It's a radial rib. So, as usual, we have the 2 halves. We have this little deal right here. One side is threaded, one side is not. The threaded side, according to the instructions, should always go on the left. So that's what I'm doing. Takes these brass screws. We'll take 4 of these. So let's get this assembled here. Okay. Nice. And so again, with these bits, you want to use the little black screws that have the tighter thread. Those are the ones you want to use for these. Because you have a couple different kinds of brass screws in this build, so you want to make sure you're using the right ones. The right screws for the right job. So, just get all these in. And then we'll put this in its home. Okay, last one. Okay, all right. Happy with that. And snuggened. And snuggened, and snuggened. Okay. So now that that's done, so where is this living? Question mark. This is living, looks like we're going this way? Question mark? I think so. Yeah. So it's going here, here, there. Okay. So that's where that's living, and of course this needs to be secured with, that's right, little black screws. All right. Get those snugged. And snugged. Come on. There we go. There we go. And last one. There we go. Okay. All right, so we are down to the last bit of frame, which is this one right here. This is 29, and this is going to live right here. This is going to be secured with the last but not least 2 little black screws. You guessed it. Little black screws. Let me get this in a position here to where I can hold it better. There we go. And, oops. And I just realized there is a spot that is missing a little black screw right next to it. I'll get that in. I'll get that in. No little black screw will be left behind. Not on my watch. Yeah, we missed one right here. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. There we have all of our new frameage assembled. That's a good bit of frame we did there. Look at that. And that is pretty much like half the frame right there. Pretty much. Alrighty. So now we're going to flip this over and we're going to put the hull plating on. All right. So here is where we're at so far with all of the hull. Now we need to bring in this section right here, and we need to add a little bit of greeblyage. This is the sprue from stage, what? From stage 19. We had one last little piece in here, and we need to clip this out and put this in its home. So we'll just get that nipped. That can get out of my life. And this is going to be fitting right here. So it's looking like that. And we're going to put a little bit of glue here to get that in its final resting place. So we'll just get a little glue on that. Little dabble do you. And there we go. Get that in its home. And there it is. A little bit of greeblyage going on there. So that's looking wonderful. So now this section is going to sit right here. So it should, in theory, just pop right on. Of course, it's a matter of lining all those posts up, but that should just pop in place. There we go. There we go. Some of these might pop back out. That's just because, again, none of this is secured on. But there you go. Got that. And then we have the plates that we got with this stage. And this is going to sit where? Looks like it is sitting, looks like right here, I think. Yep, that's where that's going. That's going to end up right there. Like that. So there you go. So you have that big section of hull there. And if you remember, we have this bit here, which we put together a couple stages ago. And this is how I painted mine up. And I'm quite happy with it. I like it. If you don't, oh well. It's my model, I can do whatever I want. But they want us to kind of seat this in its place again, just to see how it looks, and that's going to end up right under here. That should, in theory anyway, just pop in right there. In theory, mind you. Not exactly sure how that's supposed to go in there, but it's supposed to go in there somehow. But that's pretty much all that's supposed to look. Again, we're not securing any of this in place right now, but that's pretty much how that's supposed to be looking. And yeah, that is all there is to do in this stage. All right, so here is what we did this week. We expanded our horizons here with the frame. We're pretty much halfway done with the frame. Yeah, looking quite good. All that paneling looks very nice, and yeah, that is it for stage 24. So there you go. Now, as always, if you would like to sign up for your own Millennium Falcon kits, there'll be a link in the description down below for you to check out. And if you missed any stage of this build, there is a playlist in the description down below as well for you to check out at your leisure. You can watch this lovely hunk of junk take shape before your very eyes. So there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, may the force be with you, and palm in your face.